god, is this Warlock Part 2? Look how glorious those credits are. Hell, it even feels like we're in the same... Oh man, never mind. Clint Howard is in this. Can you imagine him as a warlock?
I played video games in a drunken haze. I was 17 years young.
We open on some waves crashing atop rocks which cover the coasts of Spain as some cloaked men are banishing another man, Lorenzo Esteban, from the land.
Si algún día volvemos a cruzar miradas, verás en mí a tu redentor.
He must be quite the enigmatic speaker, however, because shortly after his banishment, there's a shitload of crazies that decide to follow him.
Perignum solium circumdandum!
Now, soon after, they gather around a human sacrifice. Probably should have killed him and not let him go with a sword. After this chick's head gets cut off, we cut to... I had to look it up. This movie was made in 1981. Present day. Where a soccer game is underway, and one of the teams seems to have had enough of number 7's incompetence.
Nice game, Cooper Dick.
And the bullying carries over into the locker room until the coach comes in breaking it up.
You got 5 minutes to shower and get the hell out of here. Hey, Coach, are you really going to play him against John Paul Jones? Everybody plays sports here, Bubba.
At least the coach isn't one of those typical assholes in these kind of sports movies.
Something happened to Cooper Smith, so he couldn't play.
Man, did I read him wrong?
Maybe till he graduates.
Ow, ow, men's asses, shower scene, abort. Maybe I can listen to it. Sounds like they're arguing. I think one of them said, I think his parents are dead. That probably doesn't matter. Sometime later, we're at a military parade where the colonel, the general, I don't fucking know, honestly. I don't know these military terms, and I don't really care to. Now, he's entertaining Miss Caldwell, whoever she is, with a tour of the place, and revealing that, hell, even he's a douchebag.
We're obliged to take in welfare cases like Cooper Smith.
Now, Cooper, meanwhile, has made his way to the chapel looking for the Reverend, and eyes a suspicious-looking painting along the way. His search for the Reverend continues down in the cellar where he finds him and is given a punishment detail.
I came down here and started cleaning up some of this junk and...
God, who takes sports that seriously? Now, as the Reverend takes Miss Caldwell on the remainder of the grounds tour, Cooper is busy cleaning the basement as he was told, and maybe getting a little spooked in the process. Now, through incompetence or simple plot progression, you be the judge. He clumsily breaks through a previously sealed wall when his hand pushes through a loose brick. Oh, I bet I know what's inside. Now, as the Reverend continues to give the grounds tour to Miss Caldwell, we find out that Esteban was the one who founded this school.
You see, the actual land that the school sits on was given to Esteban in an order of Spanish monks when they fled the Inquisition.
Hot damn, the plot thickens. Cooper continues digging through the wall until he breaks through and follows the cobweb-lined tunnel into the unknown. Lots of creepy shit to look at along the way. There's great music too. It's not trying to pull that cheap jump scare shit on us. After poking around the room for a bit, he stumbles across a book. Let's just say it's the Necronomicon. Hell, every evil book in every evil movie might as well just be the damn Necronomicon, right? And after lighting some candles... God damn it, a jump scare. I'm gonna let you have that one, but there better not be another one.
Rumor has it that before being executed, Esteban vowed to return and extract his revenge.
Now, I'd like to say this is interesting, but it seems to me the only reason this tour is happening is so that he can fill her and us in on a shitload of exposition about Esteban. It's just like cram it like in as tiny an amount of scene as possible. I don't know if I should complain about that yet. We'll see. But I'm watching you, movie. Literally. Continuing to dig among the artifacts, he picks up another copy of the Necronomicon as far as I'm concerned. And fearing he'll get caught if he stays much longer, he takes the copy with him, and we're back with Miss Caldwell, who, like I said, she's unimportant. Prove me wrong, movie.
I'll have a talk with the senator tonight.
Alright, she's the senator's wife then. I guess it could be important. Hell, who knows? Now, still meandering around the basement, it looks as if Cooper is done for when an arm busts out of the wall and attempts to grab him, but as he escapes upstairs... wakes from the nightmare? Now, thanks to some of the other cadets, he arrives late to class, receiving a lecture from the teacher, but even as class resumes, he still finds himself distracted by the book.
Verbum suffect.
Now, what the fuck, Cooper? You don't write in a goddamn book like that. Some people. Now, when the bell rings, everyone is dismissed, but Cooper, who receives yet another lecture and is ordered to see the colonel after school.
Do not understand you, Cooper Smith. You have a fine mind.
Only you would apply yourself.
Afterwards, Cooper is checking the calculations on a catapult model he has been prototyping in computer lab when he gets the crazy notion to type a passage of the text from the book into the computer, which he does and has it translated. Now, intrigued by this, he begins to translate more of the passages and discovers that parts of it are a journal of sorts from Esteban. You know, it's a bunch of
Spooky language. Spooky language.
good stuff, though. Now, after class, the little shits that bully Cooper continue their reign of terror when they toss his hat out the window, and still he covers for them.
Where's your hat?
I lost it.
We'll find it.
Look, I mean, yeah, I hate a snitch too, but damn, he should have kicked at least one of them in the balls by now. That would have put a stop to this shit. Man, this kid cannot catch a break. This is how people snap. Now, Cooper arrives at the colonel's office, leaving his books outside as told, before getting his ass chewed out.
Now, I know you miss your folks, but you have to accept the fact that they're gone and make the best of it.
Damn, and remember when I said, I think his parents are dead? That probably doesn't matter. It did matter. I'm an asshole. What's new?
Now, I'm a firm believer that words alone are useless.
I'm all kinds of conflicted about this next scene.
Take the position, boy.
In my day, they were called licks, and I got them a couple of times to get out of detention, but when you really think about it, goddamn, a grown-ass man paddling a bunch of little boys in middle school, that is fucked up on so many levels. God, she seems to like it. As he is punished, sent to work cleaning up after the pigs, the secretary takes interest in the book he left behind and attempts to pry its emblem off the front. The movie does a great job building suspense here as it cuts back and forth between her struggle and the pigs surrounding Cooper becoming more and more agitated until they finally break loose. Now, it didn't really lead anywhere, I know, but it was executed so well and just really ramped up tension and got you amped for a reason we don't really know yet, but you just feel all like, damn, something's about to happen. Returning to his bunk completely exhausted, he just misses the asshat bullies sabotaging his catapult project. That night, as the cadets head out for a night on the town, Cooper only joins them after he discovers his project has been destroyed and his book is missing.
What'd you guys do with my book?
What book you talking about, Cooper dear?
How did he forget that he was told to leave it outside when he saw the colonel? The damn thing seems to mean a lot to him, so why would he just forget it? Now, eventually, he realizes his mistake, but when he asks the secretary about it, it seems to have her within its grasp and doesn't want to let go.
Will that be all?
Yeah, thanks.
Now, working on memory alone, I suppose, he returns to the computer and tries to get more information on Esteban even after the bell rings and he's told to leave by the instructor. So he gives up his search, he shuts off the computer and leaves, and not wanting to be further interrupted, Cooper sets up a computer in the cellar and gets the information he needs on how to perform a black mass. He goes on a shopping spree for the various ingredients, which are conveniently scattered among the cellar, and as the Reverend comes downstairs, he is already deep into the ritual. He also seems to be short an ingredient or two. And discovered by the Reverend before he can progress any further, he hurries off to the mess hall where, late for lunch, the cook makes a mistake, and afterwards shows him some dogs he keeps back there as pets. That is just a strange plot addition, and I think I know where it's going, and I don't like it.
Can I have him?
Oh.
Why don't you let nature take its course?
No.
I don't think he stands a chance. But if you like him, take him.
Oh, no. Oh. Now, he manipulates the cook pretty well into giving him one of the pups, which he hides in the cellar before heading to the chapel to steal a wafer, I think. Hell, I don't know. I hate religion. Returning to the computer, I guess the pup, even though it's alive, counts as blood? And the consecrated host, aka the wafer, just have to be in the room for the next part of the mass to start? I don't really know, honestly.
Appear forthwith and show thyself.
Damn, he made a mistake.
Appear forthwith and show thyself to me.
Oh God, he made another mistake. Now, once the ritual is finished, Cooper follows the sounds of a retching man through the tunnel he previously found the book in, only to be attacked and knocked unconscious by the damn bullies.
Holy Christ.
Eventually regaining consciousness, he awakes to find Esteban apparently a computer virus, alive and kicking before resuming his punishment duty cleaning the garbage cans. The cook gives him some food for his pup, and when he returns to the cellar to feed it, he's caught by whoever this dude is throughout the movie. I think he's the sergeant.
What the hell are you doing down here?
This was like a drunk asshole to me. Now, seeking revenge for his stolen crowbar and lying to him about it.
I'll show you.
God, I cannot keep watching this if it's gonna have shit like this in it. Oh, fuck, finally, a well-deserved kick in the balls for somebody in this movie. Now I'm happy. Now, as a fight breaks out among the two, dude uses a tactic I have never seen before except in, like, World Star videos. His fighting technique is, like, more akin to hitting the bottle than hitting people. Eventually, with his arms around Cooper's throat, Esteban somehow kills him through the computer. Doesn't even make sense, but I don't even really care because it's cool. It ain't no brain scan, but it's cool. Now, in a fury, Cooper attempts to tell the colonel what has happened, but he and the coach won't let him get a word in, and, you know, based on my history with these kinds of movies anyway, they wouldn't fucking believe him, so who gives a shit?
Cooper Smith, get yourself cleaned up.
Sorry.
You are dismissed, Private. And for Christ's sake, go get yourself straightened out, will you?
Now, they probably make him clean up some shit anyway, so fuck him, I say. Take him down to the cellar. Now, back in the cellar, unsure of what to do, Cooper pulls back a curtain, revealing another path littered with skeletal remains and more cobwebs before following it to the final resting place of Esteban himself. Oh, that was fucking cool. I love this little snippet they shoved in here of the pigs. Right after he touches the coffin, but before we cut to the secretary, for nefarious purposes, I'm sure, it's a quick way to invoke that uncomfortable feeling that the movie has tried to set up for us. It just throws you in that moment, just like that, and you're like, what the fuck, you know? Like earlier when Cooper was trying to escape from him, it makes you think about that again, and your heart starts pumping a little bit. And the irony of that little pig statue. I know it was probably placed there specifically by the set designer, but I thought it was cute. Now, this bitch has stolen Cooper's book and brought it home with her, and can't stay mad at that. Now cue up the unnecessary shower scene, but I'm not complaining. You know why I love this scene though? I can't really show you this, so unless you've seen it, this chick is a real chick. They didn't give a shit about a pair of Hollywood titties for the close-up, goddammit. They used a real chick with real natural tits. They're shaped a little bit weird, but I fucking love that. I love the naturalness of it. Thank you, movie. And thank you, chick, for having great tits. I'm glad my wife loves tits, or I'd be in trouble for these videos.
Yay, titties!
Metal Retro Titty Reviews. No joke though, they draw out the shower scene for a long time, giving you plenty of looks at her goods, as an unsettling sound draws her out of the shower, and on course for opening the door in that slow horror movie fashion. Hell, I gotta be honest, even though they were showing us the pigs in those previous flashes, I didn't even think for a second that was what was gonna come through the door. That was kinda cool. Hell, I expected. Cornering her in the tub, the hogs go to town on her. I guess they're hogs because they're huge. Hogs are like over a certain weight. I looked it up. I'm not expecting this old ass movie to be like Hannibal standards or anything. But I do like the originality of this quite a bit. God, play that back. Didn't Hannibal have some of that too? Yep. After Cooper drags the body of the general into hiding and is exiting the chapel, his only real friend here, Kowalski, runs into him and can sense something is off with him. Now meanwhile, the cadets are all gathered at a bikini judging contest, which Kowalski makes sure he isn't late to, but Cooper is easily distracted with all the events only he is privy to. Now, a little bit after, Cooper approaches one of the girls who lost the competition, surprisingly kind of hitting on her. I mean, dude's got some balls.
I thought you were the best. Out there? I thought you should have won.
Now when the bullies come rolling up on the scene, she passes the joint she'd been smoking to Cooper, who takes it like a dipshit.
Getting high, Cooper Dick?
But he at least tries to stand up for himself, but he's outnumbered and embarrassed in front of the chicks at that, threatening to go to the colonel if he has to.
You do that, Cooper Dick, and it's your funeral.
I don't think he'll be going to the colonel.
You guys touched my dog! God help me, you're gonna get it!
God, why do I like Clint Howard so much in this? You know what it is? I think it's because my entire life I've only ever really seen this dude as like a background actor or a character actor, like in Austin Powers and all that. This is the first real Clint Howard movie I've ever seen, and it's marvelous, and I don't know why. Well, he doesn't have to go to the Colonel, luckily, as the Colonel comes to him.
This is the last straw, Private. Not only are you not going to play in the game tomorrow, but as of now, you are off the team.
Man, I have seen many a man snap under far less severe circumstances. Now afterwards, Cooper is sitting alone in his cell, hopefully about to snap, while the bullies carrying armfuls of booze have made their way to the cellar for some drinking and shenanigans. Man, they even brought the chick from earlier with them, fucking horn dogs.
What's that?
Now she hears Cooper's dog barking, which entices her to investigate, and Loverboy follows, like a puppy dog. Unintentional irony, I guess. Cooper... God, he looks like he's about to go private pile on their asses.
Blood! 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 Kill! Kill! Kill!
The bullies have made their way into the room with all the Necronomicons and are fascinated with all the mysterious things they find. One of the chicks finds the pup and...
Dog.
Oh, thank God no one heard it. And soon enough, they find Cooper's computer.
Watch this.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. Shit's about to get good.
Focus, focus, Satan.
That was really funny to me. I'm not sure if I could explain it to you. I think it was like his making fun of an incantation with such obviously bad humor, but how unexpectedly it came, basically. One of the jackasses discovers Esteban's sword. Another jackass is busy pooing out on this, when Caldwell suggested they finish the mass.
We're gonna have an animal sacrifice.
Stop kidding around!
Caldwell snatches the puppy and... for absolutely nothing. I know it's not real, but still, I don't like it. Now later, Cooper makes his way back to the cellar and discovers what they've done. God, you had better fucking snap this time.
We were a team, Fred.
Alright, it is looking like he might. Now the coach orders all the cadets to gather in the chapel in 20 minutes while Cooper is cradling his poor pup in his arms. My God, is this it? Is he breaking? I'm not gonna lie, that shit cracked me up. This totally reminded me of that South Park episode with Damien. Now, Kowalski is searching all over the grounds for Cooper, but can't find him as he is just leaving the altar with the jar of wafers. Following his trail of blood down to the cellar, the Colonel finds Cooper, who has indeed snapped. Hell yeah, more of that kick-ass 80s computer shit mixed with evil. I love it. Okay, not even through the fucking power of Satan do I believe for a minute that little old Clint Howard could chuck a grown man vertically with such force that he would pin himself to a goddamn spiked pentagram and not fall off. It's like a fucking fatality in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
Finish him. Fatality.
I'm still not complaining though, honestly. As the Reverend has given him a God speech, Cooper has captured a goblet of the Colonel's blood and drinks it? Oh, God. I gotta say, though, the music fucking kicks ass right here.
Satan! Satan!
Really fucking look at this for a minute. Clint goddamn Howard just killed a man, drank his blood out of a goblet, and is chanting Satan. You don't see that shit every day. Esteban's coffin cracks down the center as he keeps invoking the ritual, and here the movie cuts back and forth between the cadets upstairs being given the motivational speech, unaware of the chaos unironically brewing beneath their feet as Esteban's spirit manifests through Cooper's face. Whatever.
Let them avenge me, and I will pledge my soul to you and serve you for all eternity.
Meanwhile, upstairs...
You'd better be on the winning side of this, soldiers.
That is fucking creepy, and I don't know why. Now, as everyone stares in disbelief, the statue of Jesus begins to writhe around maniacally and working the nails from its pinned hands. That is one of the most insane things I've ever seen. A nail from Jesus' hand of a statue just shot out and killed a man. With the Reverend dead and on the floor, a panic breaks out, but the doors are jammed, trapping everyone inside as beneath the chapel, Cooper's mass continues. Now Now suddenly the chapel floor explodes in a ball of flame, and from the ashes rises one man, and oh my fucking god, I cannot tell you how much I fell in love with the movie at this point. Clint fucking Howard comes up with that sword in hand, the music chanting all around us as we're dead center of this fiery chapel. It is literally hell in the middle of the church, and it's amazing. This movie. The place is still burning down all around them. Some of the chumps are getting eaten by the hogs, and Caldwell, like the little bitch he is, runs off to cry in another room. Oh my god, yes. I've overexcited myself, but I'm in love with this. Also spun around a bunch. Look. I'm still lusting for blood. Cooper comes floating over to one of the bullies and lobs his goddamn head off. This movie's a masterpiece. You're next, fat boy. I told you. Now, as the pigs take care of most of the remains, Caldwell is still alive and kicking, and in pure terror, he's ran all the way to Esteban's coffin room, where the movie actually disappoints me just a little bit here. First of all, Cooper isn't even the one who gets to kill Caldwell. It's the damn Sarge who, surprise, wasn't dead. I know they'd already given us like 4 decapitations and all that, so maybe they thought like we'd had enough, but no, I haven't had enough, damn it! After Sarge kills Caldwell, the whole place explodes when a giant cross mounted to the wall falls in rubble. Now pause and read this. I'm not that upset necessarily that they ended with a text card. I just feel slightly robbed that after one great death scene after another, it kind of peaks. And instead of ending on like a holy shit moment, it kind of just suddenly goes and dips way down from what it could have been. That pure adrenaline that we felt, it gets taken down a notch when the very last kill of the movie comes from someone we didn't really give a shit about to begin with. And then while you're still sitting there processing what just happened, you're hit with this damn title card? Now, at least afterwards, we get some more kick-ass computer shit. That's cool. And the prophecy now reads with Cooper's name instead of Esteban's. That's pretty neat. I would have seriously cut this differently. Honestly, if I didn't change the killing part, I'd at least cut it so that after the cross falls, we fade to credits, leaving you wondering what happened. Typical, but not that disappointing. And I guess if I really had my way about it, I'd change it and let Cooper kill all the little bastards, because that's what I wanted to see. I don't want to see the Sarge kill anybody. I want to see Cooper take out every motherfucker with that sword. With all that said, though, I really do love this movie. This was fan-fucking-tastic. That was not a fun idea.